Ew.
What a phlegm. Alright. Welcome to another episode of Big Fellas. I'm your host, Tav. Alright, with me is my co-host, Peach. And with us is one of the half fellows, Cralos.
Hey.
Also known as the old fellow.
Oh, how dare you.
Listen,
oh my god, that means we're 2.5 fellas.
Oh.
Tav, you get to be Ashton Kutcher. No, wait, no. Tav, you get to be Charlie Sheen.
Oh,
I mean, I have to be Ashton Kutcher. Can I be the other guy? The guy before Ashton Kutcher.
No, you get to be the other guy. The guy who stuck with the show. And I get to be the kid.
Oh, no.
That was a weird transition. I like how they just killed off Charlie Sheen for that show.
Did they?
They did. They're like, oh, Charlie Sheen's going crazy. We're firing him. So,
just kill off his character.
No, like for real. Like when they introduce Ashton Kutcher's character, like the next season, they're like, oh man, it's a shame that like your uncle like got pushed onto like a subway track and got run over by a train by his crazy ex-girlfriend.
Oh my god, what? Like, I even remember watching the episode where Ashton Kutcher, like, first showed up, and I don't remember that. What the heck?
Oh yeah, like, it starts with his, like, funeral, or they're just getting back from his funeral, they're like, yeah, he got pushed in front, like, and I think, like, the actress who plays his, like, the girlfriend who pushed him, like, I don't know, like, I think she's, like, feeling bad, but not remorseful, or something, I don't know, I just remember that just, like, she, like, made a comment about why she did it. And it's just like, it was like a crime of passion or whatever, which is why she's not in prison or something.
Oh boy.
That's a good way to start the episode. Alright, so now that we got the 2.5 men talk out of the way. So, I've been wanting to do this episode for a couple months now. And now that Peach is an art school graduate.
Nice.
And Cralos went to art school and graduated many years prior.
Yeah.
I wanted these two to swap art school stories, because Cralos has a few interesting ones, and I hope Peach has some interesting ones too. I don't know, I never...
Oh, man. I mean, I spent 2 out of 4 of my years not on campus and just at home doing remote stuff, so I mean, like, I don't know exactly how interesting I could possibly be.
You know, it's I guess we can say less art school stories, more art school bro moments that you witnessed.
Oh, true.
I mean, to be fair, most of my art stories happened at the beginning of like my experience and like my time at art school, because it was at the moment where like all these 18-year-olds are coming into like art school and just like, I'm gonna make the most weirdest fucked up thing, and because it's art school and it's art and this is like clearly like a shit post or something, before we even knew what that word meant. So
Alright, so yeah, I guess we can call this episode the art school bro moments. I never went to art school. I just went to community college, but you know, I'm kind of more or less here to mediate. I don't mediate.
Anyone can be an artist.
yeah,
Anyone can go to school.
More like a fartist.
hey.
A
All right.
shardist.
Okay, for real, I think I've said fartist in front of my like wife, and then she's legit got back and said like more like shardist. I'm like, wait a minute.
His wife has also just said out of the blue, because I think a coworker asked him like, "Oh, do what was it? Do nuts in the?"
Oh no. Okay, so what happened was she was at work at her. She works at one of the local grocery stores in like the bakery department, and like a new coworker asked her, "Hey, do we put like nuts on these brownies?" And she replied. She turned and without like thinking and without like hesitation, she just said, "Oh no, they come
Pre-nutted.
Pre-nutted."
Oh
I keep saying that Tav is slowly corrupting my wife's like sense of humor with all of the fucking cum jokes.
Oh no.
Because now she's saying all the horrible things. Just like, look.
Hey, I didn't teach you about standing the whale.
No, you guys made that up with my.
She made that up first, and then I was like, "That's the funniest thing I've ever heard." Man, this guy made like a wooden like whale when he worked at this wood job, and I think his wife's like, "Oh,
wood job."
Oh, no. He was a lumbersman. All right, he cut lumber, and he had like a piece of like I don't know strap lumber, whatever you want to call it, and he made a whale out of it. And then his wife's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go hang out with my parents. Do you want to come along?" And he just says, "No, I'd rather stand the whale."
Oh my god. That does sound like a euphemism for jacking off, huh?
Yeah, it really does. So now it's entered the our home lexicon of weird sayings.
All right, let's get the story started. Cralos has a really good one to start.
You want me to start off with a good one? All right.
You should start with a good one and end with a good one.
Okay, I'll end with the one that I know most of the big fellas have heard because it's the grossest story. But
refer to it as the cube story.
The cube story is the grossest story, and I will not start with that one because I got to build up to it.
Oh my! I'm not excited for that.
Oh
no! It's disgusting, but it's so funny.
Because it's gross, but it's very funny because it's just goes to show how much how an 18-year-old I'm gonna go to art school. I'm just art doesn't have to mean anything. I can just make something fucked up, and it'll I can just bullshit my way through this critique. And then she found out that yeah, you thought you could do this, but you actually have to talk about this. Why did you waste all your time doing this? And when push came to shove, I'll get to it, but I guess tying into this, I did have a classmate who at the end of our first semester together in our what we called our research class, she ended up getting really disillusioned with the school that she ended up making a semi kind of funny but fucked up art piece, and then revealed to the class that she wasn't going to return next semester because she was going to go to school for radiology.
Oh my.
Yeah, I can't remember, she wasn't, I don't know, her ideas weren't, impressing our teacher, who was very hard to impress to begin with. So at the end of it, she just, fuck it. She brought in, an uncooked, turkey, and set up this, really, fucked up, dinner spread, and then, put, I think, baby clothes on the turkey, and then just titled it Jeffrey Dahmer's, Thanksgiving, or something like that.
Oh my god.
I know, it was, we came in just oh, that's really fucked up.
Wasted a whole uncooked turkey.
Or chicken. It might have been a turkey or a chicken. And probably a turkey because it was big enough for, I guess, a baby sized. Or human baby sized. And it was just yeah, this is kind of fucked up. We get it. It's a serial killer thing. Whatever. And she's yeah, I'm not coming back next semester. It's oh yeah, what are you going to do? It's I'm going to go to school for radiology, I think.
And she just peaced out.
Yeah, she did peace out. She did not come back. I did not see her on campus next year, but all my other classmates stuck it out, as far as I know. So,
what did your professor think of that?
He thought it was. I mean, I think he knew that she was checking out, that she wasn't gonna be committed to this whole art school thing as much as. I think part of it too is just the first semester at my school is all about seeing so you want to be an artist, huh, kid? And it's just all about essentially breaking our spirits, seeing if if like the way they do things here is like how you want to go to art school here or not, like because they took a lot of conceptual stuff very very seriously. So if you just want to like get better at art, like on a technical level, maybe you should go to the other art school in like town or in the city. But if you want to kind of like get better as like a conceptual artist, then our school has a lot to offer.
Your school pulled maybe mob duty's too complicated for you.
I wouldn't even go like that because mob duty, like I mean, I don't know. Like I would, I wish that were the case, but I don't know. Like I said, like first semester was really just like we're gonna be very hard on you. You got to ask yourself if you really want to keep going to the school for the next 3 years or so.
Yeah, that was basically what it was for mine. Like first year was like, okay, we're showing everyone the ropes and stuff like that, and then second year is they break your spirit. And then third year is slightly better. Your spirit is no longer broken, but it's still hard. And then fourth year is the easiest year because all the pressure is internal pressure because of your thesis. Therefore, your workload is completely decided by you.
Yeah, for sure. Like that's kind of how it was. That's kind of how it was over at my school. Except like I would say first year is just like, you sure you want to go here, and then second year is just like, all right, so you've chosen death. Can you survive this? And then third and fourth is just like, all right, you're used to this. You know what to do now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, a lot of people didn't make it to the end for my year for obvious reasons.
Oh.
Lots of people stayed back and stuff. There were a lot of people, even in some of my classes, who I had never even met before, and it turns out it was because they had stayed back already from the previous years because of COVID, and then they were just like, it's not gonna end, I'll just have to finish.
Oh, wow.
That's alright. You know, a lot of people don't survive community college either.
And
that's okay, it's not for everyone.
Yep.
Or is it?
Or is it?
I don't know. Like, it's supposed. I don't know why I did why community college. Just thought it'd be funny. You know, it's kind of like the whole. Maybe college. It's like maybe college isn't for you. Here, try this semester. Okay, obviously it's not for you, but at least you didn't like waste too much time. So I don't know.
Were there any like weird art projects or not weird, but were there any art projects that like kind of stood out to you in your first semester that you thought like, whoa, like where are these people coming from with like these ideas?
Oh man, I remember one of the first year was so weird because we did a ton of abstract stuff. I remember we had to do like a weird like sculptural interactive thing that represents like our hometown and stuff.
What?
And it was so bizarre. And I remember I literally like just took a trash can, threw a bunch of crap in it and sprayed it white, and I got like a 90.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You know,
that was pretty cool.
You know, I think there were some projects that were very similar, I think, to like what you did, but like I think our teachers were much, I don't know, I think it would be 50-50 because the infamous cube project is, I think, might have had the same kind of mindset, but like was more harshly critiqued because of how gross it was and the point of it. But it's like somebody in one of my like video classes that was about like, I think experimental like narrative and film and video, like she just legit just did a video where she was like, she just recorded a Jenga session and just like kept doing a bunch of jump cuts to speed up like the amount of time in it. That was it. That was the entire video. It's just like, and my teacher loved it. She's just like, oh, that was great. Just like she just played Jenga for like 2 minutes. No, less than 2 minutes.
I mean, thankfully we've never gotten that abstract before, but like like even the people who did do like some really abstract things, it was like in the end the point was that for our program for some reason like was really heavily geared towards editorial stuff, so it was very strange, but it was like they would have us do these projects because the point was to get us working with metaphors, is what they would say. But you know, like 70% of us signed up because we want to go into like animation and, you know, film and video games and whatever, right? So it was odd.
I feel like that's kind of like I feel like that's also a lot of my classmates too, because I know when I got in to like my art school, it was just like, oh, I think I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna do like comics or illustration, and that was before I like switched over to like film and video. But like, yeah, getting hit with those ideas, just like you have to understand what like a concept or a metaphor or all this like symbolism stuff means. Just like, okay, I've never had to think this hard.
It's like I came here to draw cool people in spaceships and fighting dragons and whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Well, you know, something to point out too is that Cralos, when you went to art school, that was right before like the dawn of digital art, right?
Oh, it was right at the cusp. It was right at the cusp. Like it was at the point where like our like tablet technology hadn't gotten so good yet. I mean, it was getting good, and people were doing stuff with like Photoshop and because I remember like one girl in like the one semester I took for animation, like she finished her like animation final in like Photoshop, and like yeah, so that was like new essentially, just like, whoa, you could do this in Photoshop, but like a lot of digital art had been like popping up lately, so I mean it was growing, but it wasn't becoming like more standardized yet, so.
Yeah, I found it really odd. Like, going into school, I was like, my peers were like, you know how kids were starting to break out into like digital art at like 12 and 13 and stuff like that, you know. But then like, you know, you also have like a ton of artists not really feeling like not really discovering that they want to go into art until like, you know, they're teenagers and whatnot. So with people who are my age, you get like a whole mix of people who are like completely digital competent. Like I've only drawn digitally, well, not exclusively, but like for the most part for like the past like, oh my gosh, like almost 10 years now.
Oh wow.
And that, but like then you also have like people entering my program who didn't even know how to use Photoshop at all. Yeah. So it was like very strange, that sort of disparity between the two.
Oh yeah, like it's crazy because like, I mean one of my close friends from art school, I know he focused more on like comics and illustration side, and he always told me like that I should have taken like classes into it, and it's just like I don't know, I always kind of felt like I wanted to focus more on film and video, but I also felt like my abilities with like doing comics were like, I think, just good enough. It's just like I don't think I need to like take a class, but I'm sure if I did, I would have been like hit with everybody like doing all these like digital artworks by now, because I know like he was starting to like go into that, but I mean, it was already like a thing. Because like, again, as somebody who'd been on like DeviantArt for too many goddamn years at that point, like I'd already been hit with a lot of like digital art by then.
You know, our friend Joe, the other half fella, he wants to go into animation, but funny enough, he has a tablet, but he hates doing digital art. He'd rather do everything on paper.
I mean, like, there's still definitely a huge market for that kind of thing. It's just not in entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
It's all editorial. It's all advertisements, newspapers, magazines.
Yep.
Maybe she should just do political cartoons that are the ugliest scenes in the world.
Oh, boy.
I like the people who draw like political cartoons in like newspapers like legit pick like the most unflattering art style to go with, but I think it's I think that's part of the satire of it. So, but Tav just hates it because he thinks it's like he's used to his cute anime girls.
I was about to say that, but like, what if like some new political artist just came out, but their whole art style was like the modern, like pseudo anime inspired, like stuff that most Western people
I
draw.
wish.
That'd be
Can you
great.
imagine
I
if
wish.
like it's like
Anime Joe Biden.
Yeah, it'd be like an anime version of like Joe Biden.
Kamala, a waifu'd up Kamala Harris.
That'd be so,
Oh my god.
that'd be so funny. I'd love to see that.
I would too, to be honest.
Yeah, same.
I'm gonna drop this prediction now. Within the next 20 years, that'll be the new norm. There's no way the current like unflattering, ugly style of like political cartoons is gonna stay.
No, yeah, because I think it's all drawn by like older men usually. Like I think like I think you might be onto something. So,
Or at least like it'll be a much less unflattering style.
I was gonna say, actually, speaking of like personal art, did you ever have to like share to your class like any of your like personal prior art to like that you made before art school?
No, actually, I don't think we did at any point. We didn't have to show any of the art we had done prior, at all.
Oh wow! Because all right. So in my what we call our core class, which is like the class that kind of teaches you all the core principles of like making art and all that, we had like every week, like every day, somebody had to like share like I don't know, like some kind of personal art or something before at the beginning of a class or whatever, and like it could have been anything like. I mean, I think, like, in my first month or so, some girl recreated this, like, famous performance art piece that was literally just, like, having to walk between two naked people, like, standing by a doorway still.
Oh, my.
Yeah, and, like, she recreated that, and that was wild. Just like, wow, I've now seen one of my classmates naked and some random dude also naked. Huh.
Oh
cool.
my god.
Like like it happened so long ago, but and it was so like surprising that I don't think I can like even remember much of it, but I just remember like nudity. So
Well, that reminds me of a funny thing once where when you would come back for summers, you would bring over like your big little like physical like
my portfolio.
Yeah, your big physical portfolio in this giant whatever you'd call that, the big like folder thing, you know?
Yeah, the portfolio.
Yeah. I remember you would show us, and then you'd show like me and the Forbidden Brother, it like stuff you do over the semester, and then you're about to show us this one drawing, and you remembered, oh no, that's a nude like drawing you have to do for a model or something.
Yeah, I did some live drawing.
So. Yeah, you did a live drawing, and you're like, no, you guys can't see that one. I don't think that to this day I've ever seen it.
It's probably, I don't know. It's probably in there somewhere still. Which is funny because I know now you can see it because because of all the horny posts you do on the Discord.
Yeah, you know. At this point, there's nothing that can really shock and awe me.
No, but what I was gonna say is like when it was my turn to show like something like personal of mine, I don't know why, but like I guess I was just like still super proud of them, but like I fucking brought in all my old like Sonic comics I made in high school.
Oh my god.
Because alright, in high school, like I had a friend and I, like, we had a whole OC universe with, like, these Sonic, that were, like these Sonic OCs that we drew our whole, like, comic universe around. And I'd gotten pretty good at it, like, towards the end of, like, in drawing in that style. And I was, like, super proud. I'm like, I'm gonna share these with my class. And, like, looking back, it's like, oh, God, that was cringe. They know they know my secret shame.
Now
it's a secret shame. Well, like back then, I don't know. Like I think being a Sonic fan was less cringy as it is.
Well, to be fair, it was like '07.
Yes.
So They probably didn't think much of it. If someone in like Peach's class did that in like the year 2022, I'm pretty sure they'd maybe be laughed out the building.
I mean, I don't think this is gonna end up public anywhere, but basically at our graduation show, we were allowed to. We had these like big like pages on the wall that they wanted us to draw on, and I drew the Sonic meme where he's like, alone on a Friday night, how pathetic.
Nice.
I full on drew that one, and then another one of my classmates who I had only just met for the first time that day because we never had a class together until then. She drew another Sonic proposing to my Sonic.
Nice.
Oh.
So I mean, do what you will with that information.
That reminds me how back in high school we would do these things called senior paint days.
Oh yes.
Which is where like the seniors were allowed to paint on like the sidewalk leading up to the football field, and we all each got like to share a square with another group of 3. I remember with my portion,
you drew Mega Man. No,
I didn't draw Mega Man. I drew Sonic. I drew Sonic on my portion. I drew a worse... Actually, no, I think my version of Sonic was pretty accurate, actually. But I drew Sonic in my little portion that my other group gave me, and they're just like, why would you do that? I'm like, funny.
Why wouldn't I?
I don't know, because they drew something, like, really meaningful. They're like... One of them drew, like, a bunch of flowers, some, like, inspirational quote. The other one drew, like, I don't know, some cool whatever. And then mine's just, like, the meme in between, like, these nice heartfelt ones.
Oh, I mean, I drew mine because after a while, everyone was running out of ideas because there were so few people graduating that we weren't actually able to fill up the whole space.
Oh.
So it was like, we were sort of like running out of steam, and that's when everyone started doing memes and stuff like that. When someone did a possum that's like with a graduation hat, like so on.
That's cool.
So forth. Yeah.
Do you have a picture of the Sonic you drew?
No.
Oh my god.
I did not take a photo. I literally just tried to recreate it. That was it. Nothing else special.
Did you use reference, or did you just do it from memory?
Yes, I used reference.
I think I can draw. I've drawn Sonic so much. I know I can draw him from memory now, which is very.
Oh shit.
Which is like which is such a weird thing. Just like I can't believe my mind got rotted by Sonic the Hedgehog so much in high school, because my friend, like my closest friend in high school, that we grew up, we've known each other since elementary school. He was so into Sonic the Hedgehog to the point where he introduced me to the Archie comics, and all the stuff going on about like how everybody's talking about how much Ken Penders like sucks, and like how he's like trying to claim the entire Echidna lore in those goddamn comics. I remember reading all those comics when they were new, and now realizing, like, wow, my childhood really has come back to tell me how awful it was.
I mean, but at the same time, you can kind of be, if the Archie Comics guy, the new Sonic artist, I think they can call you up.
He also would say that shit to me sometimes. Like, my old friend would just, like, Cralos, you should maybe consider, like, submitting your work to Archie. Maybe they might make you a Sonic artist. But did you, like...
see if I can do this from memory now.
Nice!
Draw Sonic from memory?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Well, here's the question. Are you trying to do modern Sonic or classic, like, 90s Genesis Sonic?
Oh, I'm trying to do more classic.
Okay, Chubby Sonic.
Does that not count?
No, that counts. It's rounder. That's the more iconic rounder Sonic.
It's a chubby Sonic.
We can't say that anymore. We have to say round.
No, chubby's a cute word.
Yeah.
Especially in reference to a little blue hedgehog boy.
I prefer the green version of the pickle mascot Gorky.
Go Gorky. Not Paprika the hedgehog.
Yeah, he's cool and all, but I like Gorky.
Gorky is my favorite Sonic knockoff. The Polish pickle Sonic.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh my god, no, tell me more.
All right. So there's a whole like universe of like knockoff Sonic, of like knockoff Sonic style mascots. It's literally just like Sonic recolors. One of the most notable ones is one called Dorky the Hedgehog.
It's Ogorky. There's an O in front of it.
It's O'Dorky.
But, well, okay, there are two because it's the same Polish like spice company or whatever, or food company co-opted these Sonic recolors, and I think the first one was paprika, and it's literally just like a red Sonic on like some kind of paprika flavored pickles. And then the other one is Ogorky, which is the normal dill pickle, like for the normal dill pickle, like products. But it's legit just a green Sonic with extra spikes. I guess to make him look more like a bumpy cucumber.
Oh my god.
Well, I found an image of it. I'll send it to you in a second. But yeah, his name is Ogorky. He's it's a Polish ass Sonic. It is literally a Photoshop edit, you know.
I'm just losing my mind at Ogorky.
Okay, I just found an image that has both Ogorky and paprika. And mind you, when I show these to you, you're gonna be like, "Aren't they the same character?"
I like it's the old Sega Genesis Sonic too.
Let me see this.
Oh wait, I'm about to send it to you. Yeah.
Oh my god, he's so. Wait, pepperoni, paprika is just shadow. Look at him.
No, that's pepperoni. No, that's a new one.
Oh, that's the new one. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Here's the classic.
Oh my god, it's just a red.
Oh my god! Oh my god! What the fuck?
I love this little
so
guy.
So goofy.
I love Ogorky.
Imagine I only go to Poland and I just want to find the Ogorky brand pickles.
So worthy.
Oh my god.
It's a worthy thing to do.
I don't know. This new pepperoni paprika one looks kind of fake though.
Yeah, it might be fake. Who knows?
Oh god! Just the whole world of Sonic characters being recolored and repurposed as mascots in different countries is a whole rabbit hole in itself. And maybe we'll do another. Maybe in Big Fella Season 2 we'll do an episode about them.
Oh, I got things to say because again, as someone who was raised on Sonic before that good decade where he was cringe, before like the movies revitalized him and made him less cringe.
Well, Mania too.
Okay. Sonic Mania and I would say the new live action movies have made him more acceptable to like, oh yeah, Sonic is my boy.
Yeah, but Sonic Forces, you can be best friends with Sonic, you high five him, and then you go boo fast. You make your own little Sonic.
I think that was like the nadir of like Sonic OC stuff. No, what I was gonna ask, Peach, like, do you like? I know, in any of your classes, did you ever have like were you guys like when you like if you had to like come up with like a concept or idea or like for any class that you had like to come up with like a narrative, did you ever have like a classmate who had like a really weird like narrative idea for whatever project they were doing? For like comics or like or a game?
Oh my god, that's definitely happened before. I need to think because the one that always comes to mind was one that actually happened to me in high school. So I don't think it technically counts.
Oh, I still want to hear it if it's like that weird.
It is that weird. Oh shit, was there a really good one that happened that I can think of? Most of the ones I can think of were actually like really good and sad.
Good and sad.
Yeah, like very personal, very like intimate or like just very emotional, right?
Right.
Okay, well, I'll just talk about the one from high school because that one's fucking funny. I had a creative writing class. I wasn't very good. I know that. I just sort of like just fucking sicko mode or whatever. Whenever I just did whatever the fuck I wanted and I passed the class just because I could bullshit my way through it. And we had at one point to write an original drama. So not, or it was an original drama. I don't think like how it was written really mattered. It could have been like a play or something like that. But this one dude did this one story. And it's like, it's this, he like summarizes it as like this detective story that like takes place in the future, and it's about like policemen and at the time I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So let me describe this guy to you. He was held back he stayed back a year or two. So already on top of the fact that he was older than the seniors.
Oh no.
He also like wore a fedora or a trilby. I'm not sure which one. I don't remember.
Oh, I remember
and
the story
he was
now.
and he was dating. And he was dating like a freshman or something like that.
No.
But so he starts like telling the story. And I, like, look at my friend as he starts, because I'm like, this sounds really familiar, and I don't know where I've heard it from before. And he keeps going, and basically, I, like, realize partway through that this guy, for this drama thing that he wrote, plagiarized Psycho Pass.
Oh my god.
And added a self-insert.
Oh man.
Fucking Dan Orobuchi is like he he somehow felt this disturbance in his world, and he's like, that's it, I'm gonna kill another hot babe character that I write.
Oh no.
God.
Oh yeah,
my god.
That one was definitely pretty good. I was like losing
I love that
my mind.
story so much. Because it's a whole like.
Wait, also I did Sonic.
Nice.
Let me see. Let me show you guys. This is completely from. Well, I guess I had. I looked at Paprika and Gorky after I was already partway done. So I mean, like, I don't know, but there he is from memory.
Oh wait, where is he?
Big fella's biz.
Okay.
Or should I go elsewhere?
Hey, that's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the image of the podcast.
Oh please, yes.
Episode.
It's gotta be the image now.
Oh no! All of us have to draw Sonic from memory, and it has to be all three.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Oh god damn! I looked at it. Okay. Yeah.
No, just put it away.
It's okay. I can still.
Away.
I can still do it from memory. I'll draw Gorky from memory.
Are you specifically gonna draw Gorky or just?
I'm gonna draw Gorky because I love those little stupid like extra spikes he's got along his major spikes.
Oh.
His quills.
What if I draw Robotnik from memory instead?
Wait, no, do it actually.
Yeah, please.
I'll draw like Adventures of Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik.
Pingus!
Yeah, I'll draw Pingus Robotnik. I'll try to situate a giant ass.
I'm trying to actually fix my Sonic and make him cuter.
You know what? I always think it's funny how, like, in the 90s, just like, oh, I'm gonna draw this character with a big butt, it'll be funny. Kids think big butts are funny. And now in 2020, everyone's just like, oh yeah, he's thick.
Oh.
Big butt's so thick. Oh yeah. Look at these the kids in the 90s were lucky. Look how thick Dexter's mom is, or look how thick Dr. Robotnik is.
Listen,
Hell yeah.
Listen, people. If your partner is not built like Dr. Robotnik or this is incredible, then you gotta leave him.
Oh god. Divorce rates just went up.
Yes, they did.
Alright.
I was gonna say, like, going off of Yuri's
Who's that?
Oh, sorry. Going off of Peach's cut that out. Going off of Peach's
it doesn't even matter. Like,
I know.
I don't even know how much it matters anymore.
Going off of about that story though, about the blatant plagiarization. I never got the blatant plagiarizer situation, but in my screenwriting class, like I took 2 semesters. The first semester was all like writing a few like short like screenplays like that essentially could be adapted into like short films. But the second semester was the whole semester was all writing up to like a 100-page like script, like the first draft. And
oh my.
My teacher, God, son, my teacher liked my concept. I don't know if he I think he really encouraged mine because mine was so different from everyone else's. Cause I was the only one in I think his entire time teaching at this school that chose to write a musical. So, and I am not musically gifted or knowledgeable, so I just thought like I'll write this because I do like I have gotten into musicals lately, and maybe somewhere down the line I might ask my forbidden brother to like help me write music for this or whatever. But he always encouraged mine because it's like you're the only one who wrote a musical in my entire time here. Like you can't let it die, and I let it die.
I mean, I think that's actually hilarious, though. I kind of love like weird shit like that for high school because it's like no one gives a fuck, right? So you can just do whatever you want, and there's really no consequences.
Yeah.
If you want to write a goddamn musical, you really can. No one's gonna stop you.
Oh yeah, but like I mean, like this was in like art school, so everyone was like writing their weird like what would essentially all like amount to weird like indie or art house film kind of stuff. Especially like I think my school had like a huge influx of like Korean exchange students, so a lot of them were really trying to like write the kind of like Korean art like house films that were very popular at the time, like by. There was a lot of like because at the time it was like the mid to late it was like at this point the late 2000s.
That one I gave you for your birthday last year.
Yeah, so it's all like everybody was trying to like kind of. I guess just kind of crib from like Park Chan Wook and like Bong Joon Ho and to a lesser extent Kim Ki Duk. But we don't talk about him anymore because he ended up being a bad guy and he died from COVID anyways. So. But yeah, everybody was like super into like Old Boy and like The Host and Mother and all that. So,
yeah.
The 2017 film with what's her face?
No, the one directed by Bong Joon Ho, like Mr. Parasite or I guess Memories of Murder. Like I guess is the movie he made before that one or after. But anyways. So, like, in the midst of, like, all these kind of artsy, kind of, like artsy, like, drama scripts, I'm sure it was, like, a big freaking breath of fresh air to see one guy come in and just, like, so I'm going to write this musical about this dude in a local, like, indie rock band who falls in love with this girl who's, like, with this traveling rodeo. And he's just like, please... Thank you. Somebody's doing something different.
How about you write the Big Fellas musical instead?
God damn it. I wrote Terumo the musical.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
No, but the two, like, one story, I swear to God, or one script idea, I swear to God, was just Jennifer's Body, written by a dude, though. And then the other one, which was super fucked up. It is the most fucked up script, and man, like I think at the end of like when we all finished off like our scripts and everything, I bet you, like we all thought to ourselves like no one's gonna make this, or at least maybe in 2020, like and now in the 2020s, A24 might make this.
How fucked up we're talking?
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking Solo or Martyrs.
Oh no, worse. I think like the
Antichrist?
all right. The whole premise is about this, and trigger warning. All right, is about this man who grooms this this elementary school girl, and it like she gets super like. It's like from her point of view, though. So she thinks that she's in love with this grown man, but also goes to school with his like son. But it ultimately ends with her going crazy, murdering his family to claim him all for herself. So this like maybe like I think maybe she's like 12 or something, but like this it's about this 12-year-old girl who like is clearly in like this horrible like pedophilic relationship with this grown ass man, and is like so fucked up that she thinks she's in love with him, but ends up murdering his entire family. So
Discord moderation.
God damn it. So yeah, it was the most fucked up story, and like
honestly, you're probably right. A24 would probably snatch it up, but maybe age her up to like 14 or something.
Yeah, or no, not 14, 16. Probably 16 to get like an older actress in there. So I don't know, but like, it was really messed up, and it was because like, oh man, it was the most messed up story. But then on the other spectrum, you have me trying to write a musical with like the shittiest lyrics possible, with no music that I had to make my poor class have to read out loud. Ugh.
Oh my god.
It's like I had like some songs that in my head that I knew I was trying to base it off of, like some of the songs, but like, oh god damn it! Like I feel so bad looking back. I feel so bad. Like making my poor classmates have to read out loud my cringe lyrics. So,
you know, a quick little like note about that. Would you ever want to go back to revise it and maybe just use kind of like pre-existing music for it?
I really considered it because, alright, the initial inspiration for it, and I had to change it to original music, was I wanted to make a musical because at the time I was super into the music of Neil Young, that I wanted to like make a whole movie based around the music, like his music. So, but I thought like I can't get away with this in class because then my teacher's like, "Are you gonna get the rights for this, son?" I'm like, "I don't know, probably not." So I just decided like I'm gonna avoid this and just try my hand at writing original lyrics.
You know, with the whole advent of stuff like "Blinded by the Light" that came out pretty recently, and like a bunch of other music-based movies, I'm pretty sure your ideas maybe a bit ahead of the time when you wrote it.
Not really. I think like there's plenty of musicals that are based around the music
Across
of like
the Universe.
Yeah, that's a good example. Across the Universe is literally like the Beatles the musical, but without the Beatles in it. So,
I don't know. I still think if you went back to the Neil Young concept of it, you could probably, you know.
I mean, I know what songs would replace which songs is a thing. So, but
I don't know. I'd be interested to see it.
See it?
Okay, well, see. Okay, well, fine. I'll read it.
See it in your mind's eye.
Mind's eye don't see nothing except for about its fat ass.
God damn it. You got any? Do you have any other? Can you think of any other weird or like, or strange like art school stories from the beginning of your time when you were in like a physical classroom or anything?
Yes, I have some. Actually, I have a really fantastic one. Okay, so like, I don't want to like rag on this person. Like, they probably had a lot of like mental health issues and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was such a bizarre experience I had. There was this person who was in my first year and has since dropped out. They dropped out like partway through first year, I think, actually.
Oh.
And I remember they were like really quiet and stuff like that, but like they seemed kind of cool. So I went and like talked to her, and it was like she had this like British accent and stuff. I was like, oh my god, like we actually had like a British student, like a guy from England. I think he had only moved to Canada recently with his parents or something, but otherwise like he was like full blown like grew up in England.
Oh wow.
England.
So this one girl like also has an English accent, so I like, oh my god, are you like from England too? And she's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. And, like, you know, we get on talking and stuff like that. We talk about films and whatnot. You know, I find out that like they're a furry or something like that, and it was like whatever. You know, and then just weird shit started happening. Like, turns out she like faked the accent. like turns out that she was stalking like this the other British guy and like freaked the fuck out and managed to like break into his apartment.
What?
And like it is like some of the weirdest shit ever, and then poof, disappeared. She was just gone, and then by the end of the year the British guy like left and went to some school in Italy.
Wow. So you're saying that maybe it was a connected thing.
That's it. I'm making a movie about that.
Huh?
That's it. I'll write a movie about that.
I don't know, but like she was definitely like not okay, and then like she like I guess she kind of terrorized him, but like, you know, she was already gone by the time he had decided to leave, and he decided to leave because he was into fine arts, and the program we are is more like for getting a job in the arts.
Right. Oh wow.
So
fine arts.
So it's like it didn't line up regardless. That one's definitely one of the weirder stories I can think of.
Wow.
The whole like thing about the British accent reminds me of how there's this old, I don't know why I remember this all of a sudden. There's this old video I saw from back in my Brony era. Okay, and it was when McDonald's had these My Little Pony toys, and just some guy, I can't remember the name of the channel, but some guy was trying to get all the ponies from the McDonald's thing, so he kept, you know, buying the things. And I remember he got upset that because he's like, oh well, this isn't Rarity. I assume his favorite one. So he finally got Rarity, and all of a sudden this like, oh, you kind of sound like this. He just breaks out in a perfect English accent. I shit you not, like he was just perfect, and he's just like talking to the toy. I'm like, what?
Finally, you've come. Like, oh, you finally picked me up from McDonald's, my king.
Yes, it was like that, but it wasn't.
Tell me, darling, why did it take you so long to find me?
It was like that, but even better. But unironic. He was unironic about it. Oh, no. If I hunt down that video, I'll leave it in the description. Because if I can hunt it down again. But you know,
I love like people who are good at different accents and stuff like that. Like one of the things I really like is like I love how British people can just do actors can just do every goddamn accent, you know?
Yeah.
I should say like actors in particular. It's always the actors.
I love I love when British people do American accents to hear what we really sound like.
Like, so you all think we sound like this? Nice.
Actually, no, it's even funnier when they do what they think is the Canadian accent.
Okay, alright, I've watched a lot of, like...
Big Fellas episodes, you've come to criticize me about my Canadian impression.
No, but, okay, there's a lot of films, out of, like... I would say, like the 1950s that are set in Canada, and, like, depending on the country, the accent is the most inconsistent friggin' accent ever. Because if it's a movie made in Britain, everyone sounds like how British people think Americans sound like. But if it's like an American movie set in Canada, everybody just sounds like an American with like maybe some authority sounding British. So, but then I don't know. I gotta ask my father-in-law about this because I know he'd probably explain to me what the true like period accurate British accent was at the
legend
time.
Himself.
Yes. But I think I'll tell my gross art story now. So get ready for this.
Oh.
All right. So.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So
brace yourself for this one.
Yeah, please brace yourself because this is a trip. So, it is like we're all working on our finals for the end of our first semester in art school, and some girl in my class, my core class, decided she was going to make 3 cubes made from human fluids.
Oh my god, I feel like I heard this before. That like reminds me actually like at an art gallery near me when I was pretty young, actually, we had this weird art display that was like cakes with like I don't know if it was real or not, probably not. I know the eyeballs at least were fake.
Yeah.
But it had like fake like teeth, hair,
Ew.
and like eyeballs and stuff in the cake. I remember that display. It was interesting.
Are you sure it was a display or was it a Filthy Frank video?
Don't fucking talk about that Filthy Frank video.
Okay, I can handle a lot of things, but for some reason, like, teeth gross me out. Like, of all the things that come out of a human body, teeth are the one thing that if I see something with, like, human teeth in it, it's like, no, hell no.
So you don't like that
Yeah.
picture of the teddy bear with the teeth?
Oh, hell no. I hate that teddy bear. Like, real quick tangent. The monster from that first season of that one Sci-Fi Channel show where they were trying to adapt creepypastas. The monster...
Oh, Channel Zero.
Yeah, Channel Zero. The monster, like the humanoid monster made out of human teeth, was the worst goddamn thing I've seen in my life. Like, no, you put all my worst fears together in one creature.
Well, too bad that me, Peaches, and the other big fellows adapted that story years prior to Big Fellas.
I know. I remember listening to it. But anyways, back to the story. She made 3 cubes. And I feel like 2 of them are less gross, especially when you finally saw them in person. But the third one is the grossest one. But 1 cube was made out of urine. And she had to collect donors. It wasn't her own. She had to find enough people in her dorm building to donate urine, and which was not hard, obviously. Like, you know,
It's an art school.
yeah. Like somebody's just like, hey, will you fucking pee in this like cute like square mold while I freeze it?
Yes, obviously, apparently.
I think the other 2 were harder, but the second one, which I think she maybe didn't have enough people for, was made out of vomit. Which you could see some, like, I remember seeing some chunks, but it didn't look that bad, honestly. There was, like, some chunks in it, just like, okay, I can see that. The third one was the grossest. It's still pretty gross, but the third one, I think, is the reason why her refrigerator ended up getting confiscated. And, like, her whole dorm ended up turning into, like, a friggin' biohazard.
Oh my god, was it feces?
No.
Worse.
You would think it was cum.
Oh.
She had to hit up enough men in her dorm building to create a small, maybe foot-by-foot cube of pure semen. She fucking brought this shit into our class, placed it on some like paper or whatever, so it wouldn't like, I guess, mess with the little pedestals that were in the class already, like, and ruin them forever, which I'm sure they did anyways. She brought that shit in, and then when it was her turn to like be critiqued about it, we were all looking at it, it's like, okay, so you made 3 gross cubes, 3 gross frozen human fluid cubes. What is the point of this?
So disgusting.
It is so gross. It was the grossest thing, and we were all like, everyone in our class, from like the students to the teachers, were like,
the hell was this?
so we're looking at this, we're trying to figure out what you're trying to say, or what's the point of this? And when put on the spot of like, so what was the point of this? Like, what statement are you trying to make? Because at the very least, something shitty like piss Jesus, you could at least say like, oh, get it? Because it's like Jesus and piss. It's like sacrilegious or whatever. But this was like, you just make 3 fucking ice cubes out of human fluids. What was the point of this? And when confronted about the point of this fucking gross project, she's like, I guess I just wanted to see what kind of marks they would make on the paper. The paper that she put underneath to, like, sort of protect the little pedestals that she put these cubes on.
You know, I could
like at least you could say like the whole point of like this modern art stuff is that you're trying to push what art is. Like
Yeah.
at the very least could have said that.
She did not. She could not even think of that. It was just like we all knew. Everybody in the class knew. I'm gonna make the grossest fucking art project, and everybody's gonna be so grossed out. They're not gonna think about what to say, and I'm gonna like this critique is gonna like be easy. I got this, and she did not get it. We all hated it because it was gross to look at. It was gross to be in the same room with. And our teachers hated it because it's like you just thought this would be funny or like gross, and you just fucking ruined like school property with this. Way to go, kid! So
Yeah.
that is the legit the grossest art story, and it was the one right like straight out of like my first semester at the school. Some girl essentially got in trouble, got her like refrigerator confiscated. And, like, turned to a biohazard because she decided to make 3 fucking gross cubes. And my teacher just, like, you just want to make something gross and thought this would be, you could, like, get away with this. Yeah.
You know, I felt like I even could have made up a reason behind this. I would have said, like, this represents distant future nonsense of how DNA preservation art nonsense. I mean,
see, even you're coming up with a better excuse than just like I wanted to see what marks it would make on the paper.
I think she was just dumb as bricks, maybe.
She's smart enough to collect all this fucking human like fluids, but not smart enough.
It doesn't take a genius. Don't open up that. Listen, that boy upstairs. Don't open up the bottom drawer of his dresser, man. You don't want to see what he still did.
Okay, no, please.
Everybody gets till your mom finds the cum drawer.
No, oh,
no, not that one.
But yeah, that's the infamous gross story that most of the big fellas have heard me say. I know. I think when I told it to Saber, at the very least, it made him like respect art teachers a little bit more because I told him like this girl made this gross shit, and then our teachers had none of it. And just like, so why? And when she couldn't come up with like a cool, like a good, or when she couldn't bullshit herself a good excuse, like we pretty much just all like kind of roasted and called her out on like, you made some gross shit. You thought you could get away with it.
No,
this is an art school, damn it.
Lovely.
Now you have to pay for your crimes, and she did by getting her fucking her like refrigerator confiscated.
Yes, that means her and her roommates could not have a refrigerator in their. I mean, it was at the end of the semester, but still, I'm sure they were like those final weeks at their dorm were not great. Even then, can you imagine having to share a refrigerator with this person though? Like she's your roommate and she's like, don't put anything in the freezer. I gotta put all this cum I collected from our classmates in the dorm building. And before that, vomit. Before that, piss.
She had a little sperm bank.
God damn it!
She could have been running a fucking fertility clinic collecting seed. Especially since she froze it.
Oh God. But anyways, that's like genuinely the worst like art school story that I have because it's the grossest. But it was the most memorable because it was cool to see someone try to do a shit post for an art project and then get roasted by our teachers for it. So I don't know if anyone's ever been like critiqued that badly at any of your school or at your school for any of their projects, but like I know that was the most memorable one to me.
Yeah, I never had anything like that at all. Most of my classmates were fairly normal in comparison to that.
Good.
Even the worst of the worst.
Well, some people just oh, well, I don't know what I was going to say with that. You know what? I guess we could put a wrap on that. Sadly, Cralos does not get to tell a story about the scrapbook, but that'll be for a different time.
Do not bring up the fucking scrapbook. I'm trying to get rid of it so I don't go to so I don't go to jail later. God damn it! I'm not proud of it.
I still think
Oh my god! Next time on
next
Big
time,
Fellas.
next time we do something like this, we'll bring up the strap book. Hopefully by then he would have gotten rid of it.
Yes. This is literally worse than like the time I had to like do a series review for Kodomo no Jikan on our old podcast.
No, wait. Did you just call it worse? That's
this is worse because I'd say it's worse.
Well, one's anime, one's physically real.
I'm not proud of it. I know it's gotta go in some kind of dumpster or something with any trace of my name off.
I think you gotta burn it.
I gotta burn it. Yeah, it's gotta go to a landfill.
No, I would just say burn it.
Oh, I can't burn anything in my apartment, my dude.
You know what? We can go to. Remember when I burned the Matsu manga? We'll just go to the park and burn it.
Oh yeah, when you build that cup, that like volume of Nejima.
Negima, yeah.
Negima, yeah. To like cook a hot dog with.
Yeah, we can just do that.
We gotta cook some hot dogs using this horrible scrapbook that I made for.
It has to be used for something good.
And got like a pretty decent critique on it. So, anyway, it's for another time. For a story for another time.
Anyway, that wraps up 35.5 HD Remix Art School Stories.
End of Art Evangelion.
The end of Art Evangelion. End of Art School.
2.5 remix.
2.8 Final Mit's prologue.
Shit.
Alright. I've been Tav. That's been Cralos. And she's been Peach Pitzel.
Yeah.
And